Hello everyone, this is Professor Reha and welcome back to Nier Automata. I'm supposed to go to Pascal's village. Can we just teleport there? Because that'd be a lot easier. We cannot. I'm not surprised. I wasn't really expecting to be able to, but it was worth a check. So we gotta run over there in the middle of this crisis. So yeah, that should be a good thing. Happy New Year, by the way, to all those who care, I guess. So, you know, I intend to be way more consistent this year, among other things. Oh, I can't actually fight them. Are these guys actually my level? Kind of. They hit like trucks. Not really. They actually hit like wet noodles, but they stun me, I guess. They push me back, knock back. That's the word I'm looking for. They're just, okay, they're just going to instantly spawn, aren't they? Alright, we're just going to ignore these guys then. They're 4 levels down. I just don't need that in my life. Hold on. There we go. Getting a little better at that. There's a mob here, but I know exactly what I can do to get around this mob. We're going to do this, and then jump off of here. And that was so clean. Now, I know there's some right there. Let's see if we can't navigate around. They don't seem to be capable of long-range attacks, so that's fairly handy. Nor are they particularly fast. There's a cluster here that I'm going to need to deal with, apparently. Oh, yeah.
Damn it! They're here, too!
What were you expecting?
9S! It seems the machines on the network have gone berserk. They sealed off the entrance to the village and are trying to hold them off, but with these weapons, there's only so much we can do.
You have a blacksmith there. First. Like, honestly. Whoop. Come on. That was completely useless. There we go. And then you die. That's good, that's good. Whoops. Oh, you're back. Okay. We're gonna have another fight out here, aren't we? Can I at least pick up the stuff over here? Thanks. You're very generous. Okay, are you gonna laser me? Yes, you are. Okay, that's inconvenient. I'm trying to pick up this chip, but alright. What am I actually supposed to be locked onto? That eyeball. Got it. Is any components falling off of this thing or not? Nah, they're not. They don't care. Alright. I mean, this is all very unimpressive. The lasers are kind of inaccurate. Okay, that happened. I don't quite know what that was about, but sure. I mean, at this range, it doesn't matter how accurate I am. Okay, I did something. I don't know if my damage was significant enough to matter, but whatever. I'm just gonna stand here because I don't know if you actually can get me from here. I was gonna say, if I stand still, can I dodge this? But no. It's worth a shot, though. I know of a lot of AI that just automatically assumes you move and has a really hard time compensating for standing still. Well, that was an explosion, so that was good news, I guess.
You saved us!
I doubt that very much.
What happened here?
The machines on the network all went berserk at the same moment.
Yes, you've said that before.
I think the unit presiding over them may have gone mad.
It's Eve.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
If we destroy this presiding unit, will it stop the rest?
Most likely, yes.
Pod, I need you to locate Eve's current position.
Location has been detected and placed on map.
Fantastic.
We'll take care of Eve.
You just worry about keeping the village safe, okay?
Alright. Now, how am I gonna navigate around?
Do be careful.
Yeah, thanks. I'm gonna just not be careful and die immediately, just for you. Look here, he wanted to fight to the death. I didn't ask for it. That was an entirely personal decision on his part.
What is this?
Looks like he's bombarding the area with forced connections. I think all these transmissions are making the machines go haywire. We have to find Eve and destroy him.
Okay, he's theoretically down here.
Now what?
I'm gonna guess a nightmare of machines. Oh, I was supposed to approach this. Alright, so you're upset. I understand this.
And here you are.
Yes.
I know you two feel the same. That
Maybe?
this world is utterly meaningless.
Possibly. I do...
As far as I'm concerned, my brother was everything.
I will concede that Earth seems to not exactly be worth the struggle at this point.
Everything must
But that
die.
doesn't necessarily mean that there's no point to living. So I kind of half agree with what he's probably saying there. He wanted to die, apparently. Look, again, we did not ask for the fight. I've noticed that the presiding theme of this game, which I initially seemed to be identity, but that was only a part of the story. The actual conversation this game is primarily having is on life and death. At the beginning, there was the whole idea of the death of identity, specifically, since, you know, 2B was all, we're not supposed to have emotions, or, you know, stuff like that. So that was kind of a conversation on the death of identity in a society. And then we've covered a couple of other forms of death. Oh, I don't know what's happening here, but it did not seem good for my health. Although I seem to have been auto-healing in the middle of it, so I'm not really sure how positive or negative that was. But anyways, yeah, so the primary... Oh, I have to jump up these, don't I? Conversation this game seems to be having is on the topics of death, life, what it means to live, what it means to die, etc. Things of that nature, which is very interesting. A lot of games do talk about death. That's not an unusual topic of conversation for video games in general. But what Nier Automata seems to be doing is talking about death in absolutely every conceivable definition of it. Like, we're not talking about just your average physical death. We're talking about the death of identity. We're talking about death by suicide, death for religious reasons, death for moral reasons, finding, I guess, definition of life through death, I suppose, would be kind of what Adam's point there was. Adam really didn't have anything in particular he was living for. He was fascinated by humans and wanted to understand them, but he understood that as a machine, he could not appreciate this. There's too much graphical stuff going on here for this game. This game is not optimized for my setup. I'm not sure why. I've done about everything I could. It mostly works well, but so I do apologize if there seems to be some kind of visual lag here. The game is not optimized specifically for my system, I guess. Anywho's, with that out of the way.
Massive energy signature detected.
What is it?
The
that out
energy
of the
seems
way,
to be coming from a large number of linked machine life forms.
It is interesting how in-depth it's talking about various conversations. Oh wait, he's healing himself.
Damn it! We'll never get anywhere like this.
Yeah, you're right,
I'm
but he's
going to
kind of
try
weak sauce
hacking into
anyways.
Eve and shutting him down.
Alright.
Back me up, 2B.
On it. Protecting Unit 9S while he hacks the system.
The enemy is connected to a vast network. Analysis. The actions of Unit 9S have an unacceptably low probability of success.
Well, we don't really have a
Proposal.
choice.
Unit 2B should abandon Unit 9S.
If 9S says he can do it, then he will.
Yeah, I'm not really... We don't really have a choice at this particular junction. I do need to heal, though. I mean, he's pretty weak sauce overall, but that's mostly because of the predictability of his attacks. His actual attacks hit a bit hard. I wandered right into that punch. I totally deserved that. I'm gonna be really honest. I do need to heal, though, so I'm gonna run over here really quick. I'm gonna just not... Thanks, man. I know these builds are absolutely complete trash, but that's okay. I keep tripping over something over here. I need to get out of this area. Wait a minute. Okay, I guess that hit me, sure. I mean, at this point I can just basically distract him, and we're pretty much golden. I just need to not die. That's what this essentially comes down to. Make sure that it'll be low enough to wipe out when the time comes. Alright, nice. However, I do feel healthy enough to be able to take him on again. Nice. I dodged too late on that one. That was a good dodge, though. I dodged way too early. The first 2 punches I expected to hit, but they did not at all. Ooh, I don't know what that is, but you know, again, I don't like it. Ah, my goodness. Okay. Come on. Ooh.
Enemy unit cut off.
That was a really sweet dodge, and I cannot believe I pulled that off. He roars way too much. Oh, he's using his own technology against him. That's interesting. He constantly is flying backwards this night. He has a very bad habit. Oh, I broke my sword. Alright, what's plan B? What do I do without my sword? Well, I still have my spear, I suppose, but I'm guessing for cutscene reasons, this is going to be a moment of cutscene incompetence or something like that. Oh, that's a nice clean cut. I can hear me still dying, so we're about to have another fight. Look, your roaring is getting really repetitive, no offense. I like how I'm healing in the middle of the cutscene. Like, no holds barred. Cutscene? Yeah, not a problem. Still yeah, I still have my weapons, so you had no cutscene incompetence problems. Now, can I shoot these bullets? I wasn't paying enough attention, and I honestly was wandering around like an idiot. No, okay. These are the non-shootable bullets. Fair enough. Can you, like, come out of the storm? Yeah, not seeing the guy. Your attacks are weak sauce. Oop. Be nice if I, paid enough attention to dodge it, though. That would really help. I'll just shoot you all day if I really need to, but... yeah, you're flying way too high for me to jump that high. Oh! I got you. I got you once. By accident, mostly. Not really. Nah, you're... Adam was always interested in humans. We just are, I guess, a reminder? I don't really know how that worked, but whatever. It's still not technically my fault. Like, yes, I killed him, I have no problem conceding that, but he kind of forced the issue. It wasn't exactly a choice that I had. You feel? Of course, I understand your irrational response, which does, of course, tear apart the idea that machines can't feel. And I don't really know what High Command is talking about, but, we've always suspected that High Command was on their meds. Alright, and that was what exactly?
Alert. NFCS destroyed. Close-range combat no longer operable.
Oh, cool. Alright. Well, keep shooting then. I don't know why my health bar is so large now. I cannot dodge. Okay, that's a good time. Okay, I'll just eat lots of bullets for absolutely no reason. We're good. I wonder if I'm actually supposed to kill him like this, or if I'm just doomed. If I'm supposed to die here or not, I can't tell. I'll just gradually heal, so it's fine, but... Auto heal really coming in clutch here, honestly.
Alert. FFCS destroyed.
Okay.
Ranged combat no
Well, I've still got my
longer
auto heal, so I'm not giving up. And I still can't dodge. What? He's theoretically below me. Alright. I guess I'll just wander around this area until something happens. That's basically all I've got. Oh wait, it says it's over here, so... Is it this machine? There's a lot of machine bodies lying around here, no. Do we just walk out? Is that what we're doing? I don't know where I'm supposed to be specifically going, so I'll just pretend to walk out and see if that works. I have doubts. I pressed lots of X's. No, I cannot. Okay, so that's not... Yeah, I understand. Alright, so let's go to where he last was, but there's somewhere over here. I don't quite know. He was in motion at the time, so I don't have an exact beat on where he used to be, but let's try it. Let's wander around here and see what goes on. Well, I've hit an invisible wall, so that's not a particularly promising sign. Yep, alright. Alright, can we scan? No, we can't even scan. We can turn the lights on and off, though, so that's a thing. Oh, wait, there he is. Whoops. I'm actually blind. I apologize. Wow, I'm stupid. Alright. Brother. Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna be real. He did have... Again, he forced the issue. He had to die. But the question is... Where did they come from? Like, clearly they're machines. They were clearly built by somebody or something. But who and why? Was it really the aliens?
It's over.
No. I would assume it's not over. I'm not buying any of that. I'm just gonna say no to that. Okay, yeah, that was a close-up we really didn't need. Ooh, he's been infected by the network.
I really screwed up.
Oh no, he's been taken over by Eve? Maybe?
I must have been corrupted when Eve detached from the network.
Oh no, he is actually Nines. Okay.
No.
It's okay. I can always reload my backup data from the bunker.
Yeah, that's true.
But you'll lose you. The you that exists at this very moment.
Guess so. But we can't upload this corrupted data to the bunker.
Oh, I have to make a choice. Okay.
9S.
Okay, he's becoming the Terminator.
Please, to be. I want you to do this for me.
Do it. It's a mercy at this point. Kill him now while he's not doing anything. Hurry it up. I don't know why his neck is turning into that weird metal, but okay. Just run him through, or he's gonna run through you through. Oh, you're gonna... Can you suffocate an android? That seems weird to me. I'm not sure how that works. Like, hold on. Can we talk about the idea of suffocating an android? I'm not sure. Do they then need to eat? They've referenced that they don't need to eat, that they don't necessarily need to breathe, so how does this work? I'm very confused. Have I missed something along the way? Do they actually need to breathe? Or have I just kind of assumed that from the fact that I know for a fact they stated they don't need to eat, they choose to do so when they want to. But do they need to breathe? I might have assumed that, but it does seem a little odd to me. I have questions that I don't think will ever really be answered. Unless if... No, that doesn't make sense, I was going to say. Unless they were humans in a robot body, but that still wouldn't necessarily require breathing. And besides the fact, we have the technology to repair him. It's not...
Ends like this.
Yeah, he always does. I mean, I've kind of seen this as a running theme here. Again, with the death. This is again the death. This is actually going back to what I was talking about originally, where early in the game they were talking about identity, the lack thereof, or the death of identity. So, I can see that this is a return to that idea that the problem here isn't necessarily his death, because he can be rebuilt, he can be revived, whatever, that's fine, but his specific identity to this point in time is what died there, and that's really what that's what she's upset about.
Goddamned machines!
Yeah, it's green eyes, they're not angry.
Is this a message?
Yeah, it's Nines, he's in the network.
Data transmissions. They're resonating with each other.
It's Nines. I think. Probably. It's probably Nines. Let me rephrase that. I won't say 100% it's Nines, but there is a high probability this is the activity of Nines. The question is, what is he trying to say? Is it important? Is there some new danger on the horizon? Am I doomed? Okay, we have this. Yeah, he's that machine. You don't have the sword for them.
Wait a second, 2B.
Who are...
What do you mean, who
It
are?
looks like I left my personal data in the machine side of things. Next thing I knew, my sense of self was regenerated over the surrounding network. Having multiple selves fused together like this is a pretty valuable experience, so I wanted to record it. But I couldn't access any storage areas yet, so I just multiplexed it over the memories of some nearby enemies, so that when I returned to my own body,
Yes.
That's interesting.
I'm glad you're okay.
So does that mean he has control of the machine network? Because that's fairly powerful. Also, is the machine network still corrupted? We don't know. There's a lot of questions that I have relating to this that we're not getting answers to.
What is it that separates machines from androids like us?
Physical appearance.
The machines have gained emotions.
Just like the
Consciousness.
Androids?
The final screams they summoned on the edge of death.
Yeah, they're just like the androids. They're just
They
like
still
humans.
echo within.
There's no difference at this point, other than physiological, between androids, machines, and humans. Wait, was that it? Was that the end? Oh, that was an ending. Okay. Interesting. So yeah, but that's really what this specific game is largely talking about. Obviously, I'll be revisiting this game later on again this year. I'm not gonna do another run through right away. I want to mix things up and everything. So I will be looking for suggestions for a new single player game to play. But that was, and I will be returning to Nier Automata later on this year. It's the first of the year, and I finished the game, which is fine. I'm not going to qualify it necessarily as finishing it this year because I kind of took New Year's off, partially. I could have finished it last year easily, but I did not, so I'm going to go ahead and put it in that category, and I will play this again, like I said, later on this year, towards the second half of the year at some point, and go for a different ending. This run-through was a bit quicker than I was really expecting it to be. Excellent game, definitely a high-quality game. The multiple endings is really good for the replay value that you really want to be looking for out of a single-player game. I was a bit surprised at the, I guess, short duration of an individual run-through, so now I have a better understanding of... I'm sure there's music playing. To reiterate this, I did turn off the music for this game because I have received copyright claims on previous videos for this game, so I had to turn the music off from that point forward, so I apologize if you can't hear the music. The music is for sale on a CD. I don't know specifically where you can get it, where you can buy this. It will be in the description. I will find out where you can buy the soundtrack for this game if my earlier videos, the music from my earlier videos really inspired you to purchase it. I intend personally to purchase the soundtrack for this at some point. I cannot afford it right now, but I will be at some point when, I have more consistent income or whatever. But it is an amazing soundtrack, and I do recommend you acquire it if you really like amazing music. I think this really stands out, and it is a shame that there were claims on my previous videos and that I couldn't keep on running the music. I would have been interested to know what the music was here, but again, I will find out later on. Personally, off camera, I'll be listening to that when I do get that soundtrack. But yeah, this game has primarily been about death and identity. Mostly death, but identity is in there too. But just how really important it is to not die. It sounds common sense, but there are a lot of people who struggle with suicidal thoughts all the time. There are various people who do, and that's, there are a variety of reasons people are drawn to suicide or death in general, but overall, as long as you're still breathing, you can, if you don't have a purpose to live for, you can find one. And if you do have a purpose to live for, obviously you keep living for that you have to keep on going. I am by no means a psychological professional, but that's just how I've always viewed it, that Even if it doesn't seem like there's anything in particular to live for, there's always something to live for. You just need to find your own personal purpose. And that's kind of what we're talking about, or what the game was talking about, or one of the various conversations it was talking about, especially with the suicide cult, where that was fairly interesting, where they were really having that conversation about death for religious reasons, or having a reason to die, which obviously, based on the trauma the survivors experienced, that they didn't really focus a whole lot on, because, again, we're only looking at things through the eyes of 2B, so our actual personal experience with the survivors of the suicide cults in the factory was limited, and I'm wondering if we will see more of that in different endings. It'll be interesting to see if they go in that direction with different endings, but, you know, the survivors were horrifically traumatized, and there's a reason for that. I mean, death isn't necessarily itself scary, I wouldn't define it as. It is inevitable, and it is something we need to obviously confront and talk about. Not a whole lot of people like to, for obvious reasons. People don't really like to talk about death and everything, but if you live to the best of your ability, and you live and you achieve what you have for your I'll finish my statement here first. Your purpose, then death should not scare you. Death should only scare people who haven't done what they feel they want to do, and or people who are not necessarily quite prepared for it. Like, you know, that's why sudden death is so sad all the time, is because these are people who died not necessarily with the preparation maybe they would want. They didn't get to do all of the things that they would have wanted to do. So, let's read this notification from Square Enix. To all players, thank you very much for playing Nier Automata. We have a special message for you. This game has several different storylines that change each time you play. You have witnessed the A route, but there are still many story elements and changes to the gameplay systems you have not seen yet. We highly recommend you play through again to witness the full Nier Automata experience. We hope you enjoy the rest of the game. Sincerely, Square Enix PR. Voice change option added to the other options category. Save? Yes, we'll save. I assume I'm supposed to save over this slot. Yeah, okay. To continue playing with the same save data you used to complete the game, select continue and load that save data. Okay. That's fantastic. Alright, so, yeah, ultimately, that was fantastic, and I'm excited to see what other conversations on death this game has. I'm not going to tackle them now. I will be walking away from the game for a temporary amount of time. I want to play some other games, experience some other things, have other projects I need to be working on as well. So, there is that, but I absolutely will be returning to this game at some point in the future. So until then, thank you all very much for joining me. If you liked this, please like and subscribe. If you didn't, please ignore me. And please leave suggestions in for the next game.
How beautiful this
in the comments down below.
The commanders put me in charge of your maintenance.
Thank you very much. Have a great 24 hours.
That means I'll be performing